Welcome, and welcome back to the TDL project, week 14. This is the last full week of March, and I might be freaking out a little bit. There's a lot to do, and officially only 3 months left to do it in. Which seems like plenty of time, but when you consider working and hanging out with friends and all of the many things that you have to do every day to be a functioning adult, that time goes away fast. My most productive day this week by far was Saturday. I used up some of our leftover fruit, which is the theme for this week, did my laundry, finished last week's video, and made a single bunny ear. I also went out with Sauce and we both did some birthday present shopping, which is great because the very next day was birthday party number 1, a gaming, crochet, and movie evening, which was right up my alley. Monday was interesting. The main goal for that evening was to use up all the extra veggie Sauce and I had accumulated over the last couple of weeks. We signed up to try out these farm-to-table produce boxes that deliver once a week, and they've been mostly good. The thing is, we don't eat through all the produce they send us before it's time to get another one, but the program allows you to skip boxes, or change the amount of produce you get, which is awesome, except when you forget to do either of those two things for 2 weeks in a row. And that's how we ended up with 2 different types of kale, fennel, beets, onions, and a ton of potatoes that we really weren't sure what we were going to do with. So we just threw them together and cooked them. I roasted half with the lemon butter seasoning sauce got at the farmer's market, and pan-fried the other with the slightly spicy Creole seasoning I've been trying on everything with varying results. Both versions came out pretty good. I do think I liked the lemon butter version just a little bit better. Monday night is where it actually gets interesting. Aki ended up getting sick. Not alarmingly sick, but I was obviously concerned. The next couple of days were derailed as I focused on making sure she was actually okay and keeping her entertained. We had a lot of irreplaceable things out and about that we've been packing, so I kept her confined to the bedroom for a few days until she was functioning normally again. I did my best, found a new game for her to play, Fish the Cat in the Backpack, and spent a ton of time cuddling. But by the end of it, she was understandably going a little bit nuts. Fortunately, she was feeling a lot better by the end of the week, and I was able to list a lot of the stuff that'd been sitting around in the dining room. I thought I'd managed to list everything, but for some reason I was under a delusion that I'd already listed the pantry and dishware set. Turns out I did not. So that will be a task for next week. Still, that's an estimated 90% completion rate for this week's tasks, so I'm not complaining. In the end, I only had a couple of rollover items, although they are more time-consuming tasks. But the bullet journal has to get done. April is only a couple days away, and I feel the need to start making some progress on my bedroom, especially with all of the progress we've made in the communal living areas. So, besides those, a couple of social tasks, finishing the bunny ears so that I can sew them on during our next crochet lesson, and some preparations for my roommate's birthday, which is only a few weeks away. Thanks for tagging along on this week's adventure, and I will see you soon for the next update.